is going to be out of the
Kozak and Cedarquist are still out day to day. I think there's a pretty good chance that we could see Cedarquist at some point this weekend. Kozak is probably, I'd be surprised if we get Kozak this weekend. It'll probably be more next week for Kozak.
We've been talking about lately, does that give the opportunity for Drops to Warren to be in the lineup tonight? Or?
Pretty much. Well, we called up Matej Pekar. He'll be out tonight after just getting in late last night. But every other healthy forward is in the lineup tonight. So all hands on deck. They are going to be together again. I thought they were very good last week. Hard, fast, competitive, honest minutes. They both can penalty kill well. I thought Warren and Gisevich were a good combination with each other. Austin Strand will make his debut for the Amherst tonight. He's going to be with Bart. So he's going to be pairing with Barkowski. Pilot and Prow have had pretty good chemistry together. Davies and Ciccone have had really good chemistry together. So we didn't really want to break up those two pairs. We've got 8 very good defensemen with Tishke and Elliott as well. But, we want to get Strandy in there and get him a chance to show what he's got. I know he's excited to be in the lineup tonight for us. Subban's going to start tonight. Yep.
So the other day you mentioned how Hartford's record is not indicative of how good they actually are. Where are they the best at in their game?
They're a very good defensive team. Not to say they're not good offensively, but their team defense, their defensive core, when you look at their D core, it's a pretty elite D core in the American Hockey League. And it's got a good mix. There's a lot of prospects. There's a lot of guys with high-end talent, guys that look like they're going to be future NHL defensemen. I think their forward strength is their depth. They have really deep forward group, maybe not high end like Barboulet or guys that are leading scoring type guys, but their depth of quality at forward is very strong. And I think their D core looks like an elite American League defensive core.
Kind of hard to look at that team. They're almost like a new team. They got 2 or 3 guys that only played 1 game so far after coming over the trade. So
yeah, they've acquired some help and that they have, like I said, they have a good lineup. I like their team. When I watch them on video, they look like a really good hockey team.
So where we're at now in the schedule, some coaches will sit there and say, okay, we probably need to win X number of games. We probably need to get X number of points in order to make the playoffs. Do you do any of that?
We did that last year, and it worked. We got in. We're not going to do it this year. It's just, I think every team's different. So to me, those decisions for me aren't based on what I like. They're based on what the team needs. So every decision I try to make isn't based on what do I want as a coach or what do I like or how many, I think that this would be a good thing to do. It's knowing my team and knowing the vibe of the group and where we're at, and then providing for them what I think is best for them. And with our group, I think the best thing is for us to worry about today. And that's it. And get our minds off of the standings. Don't be looking at the box scores of how did Laval and Syracuse and Utica and Belleville and Cleveland. Who cares? We have put ourselves in a very good spot. We control our own destiny. And let's just focus on what we control, and let's just focus on today. And that's practice. Let's have a great practice, and let's get better today. And we've been like that for about 3 weeks. 3-4 weeks, our practices have been excellent. Really high quality the last 3-4 weeks. If it's an off day, there's not many of them this time of year because we have so many games. Let's recover well. If it's a game day, let's treat it with the urgency it requires. That's the most important game of the year because it's the game in front of us today. So that's what I want our focus to be on. I want to focus on what we control today. Let's win today. Let's worry about tomorrow when that comes tomorrow.
Can that be for players at this time of the season, especially when they look at the stretch ahead and then there could be an extra month or
is hard. It's not just hard for players, it's hard for coaches. It's hard to come in between at the end of a game and not want to, what happened around our division tonight, right? So yeah, it's human nature. But I do think that highly successful people and highly successful teams narrow their focus, and they really put their focus on things they control, not things that are outside their control.
Last year when we were standing for so close, I remember asking Murphy and Malone after one games that we looked at what's going around in the division, and they were like, no, having a check. Do they still have that mindset, and are they kind of trying to instill that with the younger players?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of me knowing my group, my team. I talk to those guys every day, and sometimes it's rarely it's in a formal meeting because I don't like formal meetings. It's usually in passing. It's usually on the floor of the weight room, in the shooting room, and picking their brains. Where are they at? Where's the team at? How are we doing? Run an idea by them. This is what I'm thinking. I think this is what the group needs. Do you guys agree with it? Those three are such great resources for me as a leader. As good at players as they are, they're more valuable off the ice. So I talk to those guys all the time, and usually we're pretty close to the same page with each other. And if we're not, we work to get on the same page with each other. So decisions that I make about these types of things are usually run through them first.
You've really got your own destiny in your hands. The schedule is good for that because you got 4 Syracuse, 4 Utica, you got 1 each with Laval, Belleville, Toronto, you got 2 or 3 with Cleveland. So really what happens is in your control, is it not?
We control it, so we don't need to worry about anybody else. And that's the way we're looking at it. And you want to finish as high as you can, but you also saw last year the most important thing is just get in, and get in and then go from there. So, and I think for this group, the best way to get in is to not worry about the next 18 games. It's to worry about tonight's game, and that's it. And then tomorrow's tomorrow. And then when we get to Tuesday next week, let's have a great practice. Because I really believe that we're playing our best hockey this season, and it doesn't always show on the score sheet, because it's easy to say, well, we had a 6-game winning streak or whatever that was. But in terms of consistency of team play, the last 10 games is our best hockey that we've played of the year. And the last 3 weeks have been the best 3 weeks consistency of practice we've had of the year. And so that's a good feeling as a coach, that we're trending in the right direction, and we're starting to play what we perceive to be our best hockey.
Monster, but Murray, Byron, and Seth have been pretty constant the last few months. What do you think about that?
They won't be constant tonight. So Murray, Byron, and Rusek were really good early. They went a little stale. We went away from them. We brought them back together. They've been very good again. So that's a great line. They have good combination of speed, intelligence, size. They complement each other. We just felt those guys are playing so well. We want to influence all of our lines, right? And so we are going to break those guys up tonight. We tweaked all of the lines except for Gisevich and Warren, just to see. I think it's going to be really important that we have depth of scoring, and we need that depth. And so we are going to change those up tonight because of that. Yeah, the crowds here have been amazing, right? Look at the Laval game at home. Obviously, we scored 8 goals. The crowd was electric. That's something we talked about too, with talking about focusing on today is for the guys that were here last year, how fun it is to play at this time of the year. Yes, the playoffs as well, but this time of year, the crowds are bigger everywhere, home and away. The games are more meaningful. There's more passion, there's more energy, and it's a real privilege to play in front of our fans here at Blue Cross, and they've been fantastic all year. but even more so probably since Christmas, the crowds seem to get bigger and bigger and louder. So it is going to be nice to be home after a long trip. And one thing to add, just want to wish Susie Cool best of luck in her new adventure. It's been a pleasure working with you. Real professional, a lot of passion and energy you bring. Really appreciate everything you've done for us over the last couple of years and wish you all the best moving forward.